Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news.
Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Surbhi Sharma. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Wednesday, the 27th of February. Two terrorists neutralized in India's Jammu and Kashmir. India says lost one plane in Pakistan combat, pilot missing. And Tourism Minister, 6 others killed in helicopter crash in remote Nepal. And now for all the details. Security forces neutralized 2 terrorists belonging to Pakistan-based Jaish-e-Mohammed terror group in a gunfight in Shopian district of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province on Wednesday. Meanwhile, India and Pakistan on Wednesday exchanged fire along the border in Jammu and Kashmir a day after Indian fighter jets struck terror camps inside Pakistani territory.
2 terrorists belonging to Pakistan-based Jaish-e-Mohammed or JEM terror group were gunned down in an encounter with security forces in Shopian district of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province on Wednesday. The encounter came days after JEM claimed responsibility for killing at least 40 Indian security personnel in a suicide bomb attack in Pulwama district of India's Jammu and Kashmir. New Delhi blamed Islamabad for its involvement in the attack. Pakistan has denied the charges.
A Shopian encounter has completed. On a specific information, this operation was launched. During the ensuing gunfight, 2 terrorists were killed. And these 2 terrorists belong to proscribed terrorist organization Jaish-e-Mohammed. Arms and ammunition have been recovered. From the incriminating materials that we have recovered, it is ascertained that 1 terrorist belonged to Pakistan, is a Pakistani national, and the other one is from the local area.
Meanwhile, India and Pakistan exchanged fire along the border in Jammu and Kashmir early on Wednesday, a day after Indian fighter jets struck terror camps inside Pakistani territory. Although no casualties were reported, there was fear and panic among the border villagers. Schools within 3 miles of the de facto border in Jammu and Kashmir, known as the line of control, were closed.
लोग बहुत खौफ में हैं और कोई भी जगह नहीं मतलब छुपने की हम कहाँ जाएं बाहर सर्दी है तो अंदर मतलब मकान में ज़्यादा डर लग रहा है कि क्या करें.
Tensions have been elevated since the suicide car bombing by Pakistan-based terrorists in Jammu and Kashmir on February 14th. But the risk of conflict rose dramatically on Tuesday when India conducted the airstrikes.
India said on Wednesday it lost a combat jet and the pilot was missing while it foiled an attack by Pakistan military planes over India's Jammu and Kashmir province. This came after Pakistan claimed it had shot down 2 Indian warplanes and had carried out airstrikes inside India in retaliation of India raiding a suspected terror camp in Pakistan a day earlier. An Indian Foreign Ministry spokesperson said Indian planes engaged with the Pakistani aircraft and brought one of them down. Pakistan had not said anything about losing any of its planes.
The Pakistan Air Force was detected and the Indian Air Force responded instantly. In that aerial engagement, 1 Pakistan Air Force fighter aircraft was shot down by a MiG-21 Bison of the Indian Air Force. The Pakistani aircraft was seen by ground forces falling from the sky on the Pakistan side. In this engagement, we have unfortunately lost 1 MiG-21. The pilot is missing in action. Pakistan has claimed that he is in their custody. We are ascertaining the facts.
16th Russia-India-China foreign ministerial meeting was held in East China on Wednesday. The opening ceremony of the one-day meeting was chaired by Chinese Foreign Minister, where the diplomats discussed agreements from the 3 countries. They also exchanged views on global and regional developments of common concern. A meeting between China, Russia and India's foreign ministers kicked off in China's Fujian town on Tuesday. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi chaired the opening ceremony of the one-day meeting where the diplomats discussed agreements by the leaders from the three countries and exchanged views on global and regional developments of common concern. India's Foreign Minister Sushma Swaraj said she hopes the three countries will play constructive roles in key international political issues. She also reacted on Tuesday's airstrike by India on terror camps and said New Delhi does not wish to see further escalation in tension with even their neighbours. The airstrike near Balakot was the deepest cross-border raid launched by India since the last of its three wars with Pakistan in 1971.
The largest and the target was selected in order to avoid civilian casualties. Excellencies, this was not a military operation. No military installations were targeted. The limited objective of the preemptive strike was to act decisively against the terrorist infrastructure of Jaish-e-Mohammed in order to preempt another terror attack in India. India does not wish to see further escalation of this situation. India will continue to act with responsibility and restraint.
The trilateral foreign ministerial meeting mechanism launched in 2002 is an important platform for the three countries to strengthen strategic communication, coordinate position on major issues and seek consensus and cooperation. Moving on, locals and activists have claimed that judiciary is being misused by Pakistan to suppress the political voices in its illegally occupied regions of Gilgit-Baltistan and Pakistan-administered Kashmir. Recently, a court in Pakistan-administered Kashmir summoned two political activists as they had garnered immense support and fame for raising concerns of common public.
Locals and activists have claimed that judiciary is being misused by Pakistan to suppress the political voices in its illegally occupied regions of Gilgit-Baltistan and Pakistan-administered Kashmir. Recently, Kotli Court in Pakistan-administered Kashmir summoned two leaders, Tahira Tokir and Shafkat in Kalabi, as they had garnered immense support and fame for raising concerns of locals. The courts accused them of inciting people against the establishment. However, their supporters who turned up in large numbers during the proceedings compelled the court to release them immediately.
यहाँ की अदालत ने मुझ पे ये इल्ज़ाम लगाया कि मैं खुद मुख्तार कश्मीर का हामी हूँ, मैं गिलगित के हुकूक की बात करता हूँ, इसलिए इन्होंने आज यहाँ पे हमें तलब किया हुआ था। हम आके पेश हुए हैं, लेकिन आज हम यहाँ कोर्ट के एक परमिसेस में खड़े होकर कह रहे हैं कि आज भी इन अदालतों के ऊपर एजेंसियों की जो यलगार है, अगली बार हमारे साथ ऐसा हुआ तो हम भी भरपूर तैयारी के साथ आ जाएंगे।
ये एक जालसाजी के जरिए सियासी कारकुनों को रोकने की कोशिश की जा रही है। हम इससे पहले भी बता चुके हैं सबको, और इंतज़ामिया को भी बताना चाहते हैं, अदालतों को भी बताना चाहते हैं कि इस तरह के हथकंडों से ना हम रुकेंगे और ना हम झुकेंगे।
Activists have long blamed that Pakistan uses draconian laws to oppress the common public and those who voice their concerns in territories under its illegal occupation. They are often meted out with brutality for voicing their concerns and for even demanding their basic rights.
In news from Afghanistan, a group of youths in Afghan capital Kabul have developed an e-watch application that has reached the semi-final stage of a global innovation competition. The application can help in holding transparent elections in Afghanistan.
A group of youths in Afghan capital Kabul have developed an e-watch application that has reached the semi-final stage of the Tech Eye competition of global innovation through Science and Technology Initiative, or GIST. The e-watch application was completed last year and can help in holding transparent elections in Afghanistan. GIST, a US government program on innovation and entrepreneurship, helps people to establish startups.
میتونن هم پروسه انتخابات را در شفافیت بیاره و همین که پروسه را سریعتر بسازه.
Aspiring innovators submit their ideas about online startups in GIST, which are then reviewed by experts before they enter a global public vote to pick the top entrepreneurs who compete in the finals.
The global governing body of cricket, International Cricket Council, on Tuesday said that Sri Lankan batting great Sanath Jayasuriya has been banned from all cricket for 2 years for breaching its anti-corruption court.
International Cricket Council or ICC on Tuesday said that Sri Lankan batting great Sanath Jayasuriya has been banned from all cricket for 2 years for breaching 2 counts of its anti-corruption code. The ICC said the former Sri Lankan captain had refused to cooperate with any investigation conducted by its anti-corruption unit. It further said that 49-year-old batting maestro has been sanctioned for trying to conceal, destroy or tamper with evidence that could be crucial to the investigation. Jayasuriya played 110 tests, scoring 6,973 runs with 14 hundreds before his retirement from Test cricket in 2007. In all, he scored 13,428 runs in 444 one-day international matches. In January, the ICC had granted Sri Lankan cricketers a 15-day amnesty to report previously undisclosed information relating to corruption in the sport.
In news from Nepal, 7 persons, including the Tourism and Civil Aviation Minister of Nepal, Rabindra Adhikari, were killed after the helicopter they were in crashed on Wednesday. The Air Dynasty's chopper crashed in Taplejung district of the Himalayan nation. The crash occurred when Adhikari's team was returning to capital Kathmandu after offering obeisance at a temple, local media reported. The report said helicopter crashed a minute after it took off. A mass wedding ceremony was organized on Tuesday in India's western Surat city, wherein nearly 21 specially able couples belonging to a tribal communities exchanged wedding vows. Scores of relatives and friends of the couples also attended the wedding event. At least 21 specially able couples belonging to Hindu and Christian communities on Tuesday exchanged wedding vows as per their respective rituals in a mass wedding ceremony organized in Surat city of India's western Gujarat province. The ceremony, which was organized by a local charitable trust, witnessed participation of hundreds of relatives and friends of the tribal couples. The trust also provided a cash assistance of nearly $982 and basic essentials like utensils and cupboards as gifts to the newlyweds.
बहुत अच्छा लगा कि ये हिंदू रिवाज और क्रिश्चियन रिवाज को भी कोई भी रिवाज का हो और कोई भी रिवाज का हो सभी के रिवाज से यहाँ पे शादी होती है। ये बहुत एक बढ़िया लगा और बहुत खुशी हुई हम दोनों के परिवार को।
21 जोड़ों की यहाँ पे शादी हो रही है। 21 के 21 जोड़े सूरत के जो आजू बाजू में आदिवासी एरिया है उनसे बिलोंग करते हैं। सारे के सारे दिव्यांग जोड़े हैं। इनमें 2 क्रिश्चियन जोड़े भी हैं और हमने यहाँ पे हिंदू और क्रिश्चियन दोनों के हिसाब से शादी का पूरा प्रावधान किया है।
Mass weddings are becoming very popular, especially among economically backward sections of the Indian society, as these reduce the financial burden on the parents or guardians of the brides. Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude the top stories once again. 2 terrorists neutralized in India's Jammu and Kashmir. India says lost 1 plane in Pakistan combat, pilot missing. And Tourism Minister, 6 others killed in helicopter crash in remote Nepal. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.